What's up, guys? As you requested, I'm gonna do a driving video. So let's get in the car. And right now we're gonna drive from Southwest Portland into downtown. And then we are gonna drive over the river and end up on the east side. So let's go check it out. This is gonna be a little bit different. Might not be talking the whole time. We might just, we might have some pauses, and that's okay. That's just what happens when you're in the car, right? We're just gonna get in the car and see how it goes. So let's go. All right, so we are driving through Southwest Portland. This is actually Multnomah Village that we're passing through. This is Multnomah Boulevard, and if you head this way, the direction that we're going, we're gonna end up on the 5 or I-5, whatever you call it. Behind us, if you head the opposite direction, you'll head farther into the southwest, and this street actually will take you into Beaverton. But yeah, this is just kind of what it's like to drive through this part of town, and I thought I would try a different type of video, you know, focused mainly around driving, so that you guys could just get a feel for the city in a different way. You know, I know that it's different driving around different areas, and this is just going to be like an uncut, sort of unedited video, just to give you a real perspective of the drive times, going across town at certain times. You know, and I understand this might be boring to some folks. It's not going to be, I might not even talk the entire time. I might just be quiet and put on some music for a little bit, just so that, you know, because, you know, this is just like a driving tour. That's what we do. So this is just like actually what it's like to drive around town. And this is kind of an experiment, so you guys will have to tell me if this is content that you're interested in seeing more of. I'm thinking of adding a second video per week, so that you guys can have a little something else in between the other videos. I'm not stopping the other videos where I take you guys on tours of 3 different listings and 3 different neighborhoods and walking around and talking. I'm still doing that stuff, just so you guys know. But I'm trying something else to see if you guys see if this is helpful. So you'll have to let me know. Yeah, and this obviously is the 5. We're getting on the 5 north, and this will take us straight into downtown Portland, or it'll take us across the river. The route that we're going to take right now is we're going to head through downtown, and then we are going to cross a bridge, probably either the Hawthorne Bridge or the Burnside Bridge, maybe even the Morrison Bridge. We'll have to see. But it is 2:50 p.m. and we're heading into downtown. We're just about, I don't know, probably 5 minutes south of downtown right now, so just gives you a good idea of traffic. This time, this road during the morning, ooh, I have to sneeze. We're leaving that in there. This is a driving tour, and sometimes people sneeze, you know? So anyways, what was I saying? We're going north. We're gonna be in downtown shortly, and yeah, let's just maybe listen to a little bit of music for a few minutes. Oh, forgot. What I was saying is, I do this drive every morning around 8 a.m., 7:30 to 8 a.m., and there's a lot more traffic going into downtown at this time. So this is a pretty chill time to drive, but you know, it's like compare this to LA, for example. This is Tuesday afternoon, like I said, around 2:30, between 2 and 3, and it's pretty chill. So try hopping on the freeway at this hour in LA or San Francisco, and I think you'll have a bit of a different experience. So coming up here, those buildings on the right are South Waterfront. Those are a bunch of condo buildings, as well as OHSU, as well as that's actually where all the ICE protests have been. I don't know if they're still going on actually, but coming up here we have an interchange, and if you go to the right, that's going to take you across the river, or it'll take you to the 84, which takes you east to Eastern Oregon, or just the east side of Portland. And then coming up here, there's actually another interchange, and I'm gonna get over a little bit because I'm going right into downtown. If you go that way to the right, that'll take you to a few different exits throughout downtown. That's the route that you would take if you were going to the Pearl or Northwest Portland, or Beaverton. That'll take you into Beaverton. So we are getting into downtown now, and yeah, we're just gonna drive around here a bit. Just I know that downtown Portland, I think, is a topic for a lot of people, so let's just go check it out, see what it's like, you know. And then we're gonna hop over the bridge and go over to the east side a little bit, and then I think that'll be it for today. And of course, if you guys want me to take other routes in these videos, like if you're looking at, for example, living on the west side and you want to see what the commute time is at a certain time of day to the west side or to the east side, let me know. You know, I'll do it. I'm down to do these types of videos in all sorts of different parts of Portland. I love going for drives, and it's I hope, again, this is just an experiment, but I hope that this is valuable to you guys and that it's not just boring. I'm sure it will be boring to some of you, but yeah. So this, let me just adjust the camera a little bit wider. How's that? Is that a good angle? A little bit wider. So we are in downtown now. This is there's a street here. It's kind of a tricky one. I think some people mispronounce it. It's called Naito Parkway, Naito. That's how it's pronounced. So just for those of you who are looking to get your vocabulary straight, Willamette River, Naito Parkway, Willamette River, I said. Sorry, I almost mispronounced it, but let's head into downtown here. And, you know, just, it's pretty much a grid here. Like, the streets are a grid, and there's a lot of one-way streets here in downtown. Right now we're passing, I think, 2nd, and then this is 3rd right here. We'll go up to like Broadway and then circle around. And yeah, right now all the trees are pretty barren, but as you can see, there's a lot of like old, well-established trees even here in downtown. And during the springtime, it's all gonna come back to life. And let me just get over here. There's a bus that is honking at me. But you know, that's just how you gotta drive sometimes in downtown. You gotta be, I learned how to drive in LA, and sometimes you just gotta do what you need to do. I'm gonna turn here on 6th, actually, because Broadway is just a one-way street going the other direction that I want to go in. But as you can see, there's a lot of bus lines. There are businessmen walking the streets. It's just like your typical downtown, I would say. And if you look in the middle of the street, you'll see those little train tracks. That's for the Portland streetcar, and that is a pretty cool public transport thing where you can go all through downtown. I think it goes through the Pearl and all the way up to Northwest Portland. And then, oh, nope, that's not it. We got a bus right next to us. I thought it might have been the streetcar, but it's not. So this is Madison Street, Southwest Madison and 6th. And yep, just kind of cruising through downtown. Pretty much all a grid, all one-way streets. There are a lot of restaurants. I was actually hanging out in downtown the other night, walking around, and I was surprised to see how many people were out and about. Lots of restaurants were full. Here's a Hilton. There's a lot of hotels here in downtown, so that's one thing about Portland. Like, if you're looking to come stay here, there pretty much aren't that many hotels on the east side, and almost every hotel you might be looking at is here in downtown. I mean, there's hotels over near the airport, of course, but this right here is Pioneer Square. There's the Pioneer Courthouse to the right and Pioneer Square to our left, and there's an Apple store right over here. There's all sorts of different stores. I gotta give a shout out. There's a burger place over here called Pleasure Burger, just one street up to the left. And yeah, you know what? Let's just go all the way to what do we say? Let's go all the way to Burnside, and then cross the Burnside Bridge, head over to the east side, and that'll be it. We'll drive, let's see, can I even make a right on Burnside? That's one thing about downtown, is all of the streets are one way, and they have these like bus and streetcar lanes, so you can't really like make a right turn very easily. So I might have to do a little loop-de-loop. So we'll have to see about that. And then, oh, there's a sign there, Burnside Bridge. So you got to kind of go like this. And then make another right. And then we will make, yeah, so here's Burnside, and we'll be turning right on Burnside. If we keep going straight, that will take you into like Chinatown and the Pearl a little bit farther to the northwest. And then we're gonna make a right here. There's to our left, we have the Roseland Theater, which is actually a pretty cool music venue. There are a lot of historic shows and artists that have performed there at the Roseland. That's right over there. You'll see the blue sign. It's kind of hard to see. And then also the Star Theater is a smaller venue. But yeah, I've seen a lot of great shows at the Roseland. So that's pretty cool. And this is 6th, and you'll see the streets go down more from 5th, 4th, and then we'll basically be crossing the bridge. So we get over this middle lane. Okay. Now we are crossing the Burnside Bridge. We're crossing the Willamette River right now. This bridge is actually a drawbridge. Oh no, there was like a dead hawk or something in the road. That's sad. We're crossing the Burnside Bridge, heading into the east side. And now we are officially on the east side. So I'm going to show you a little bit of Burnside on this side of town, and then I'll cut into maybe the neighborhood a little bit so we can drive by some houses, and then that'll probably conclude this video. So we just went on a nice little drive from southwest through downtown. Now we are on the east side. This is Martin Luther King Boulevard that we're waiting at, and this goes all the way up to North Portland. And there's a lot of cool stuff up here on Burnside actually. So I'm gonna take you down Burnside a little bit. As you can see, we're kind of struggling a little bit with traffic. Martin Luther King is a one-way street actually, sorry. It goes down to the south, and then Grand is one way to the north right here, but they both kind of connect in a little bit to the north and turn into Martin Luther King, which is a two-way street. Just right here it's split, and so both of these can get pretty backed up. MLK and Grand are two major inner east side thoroughfares, so it can get pretty dicey, especially around this time of day. We're gonna try and go past it, and maybe we'll go to the south a bit. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe this type of content is relaxing for some people, just kind of sitting in the car going for a ride. Tell me if it is, or if it's just painfully boring. You know, put it on if you want to fall asleep, maybe. Maybe this is the new sleep podcast or whatever. Just getting acquainted with Portland, going for a nice easy drive, sitting in some traffic. Yeah, you guys are just along for the ride. And again, if you're a regular viewer of this channel, you'll know that I love to take requests. So if you want me to drive somewhere else or take a different route, or if you have any feedback whatsoever on this video, I would appreciate it, because yeah, I don't know, I've never done this before, and we'll just have to see if you like it. I'm actually not going to drive down Burnside because it looks like it's really backed up. So we're going to turn right here on Northeast 6th. And we're going to drive by actually a couple restaurants I really love. 3 restaurants I really love. So first we have, I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera, but right here on the left we have Kinboshi Ramen, and then Nong's and Snappy's Sandwich, and then up here there's even another restaurant I really like. I'm pretty sure it's on the street, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this is definitely considered like the inner east side. Let's get over here. Where am I going? Here's 11th. Let's make a right here on 11th and then head through Ladd's Addition. How's that sound? Let's go here. We're gonna cruise down 11th. So this is like the neighborhood of, we're kind of like in Kearns right now. And this is 11th that I just turned down, heading to the south. I'm gonna do my best to document this route and show you guys a map. So we're going down 11th. This is Stark. And then 11th, as you can see, is another one-way, and then there's 12th to the left, or to the east, 1 block, and that is to the going north. So this is like Kearns or Buckman. I think we're kind of getting into Buckman now. This is the street of Morrison. This, if you take it to the right, back towards downtown, this will take you over the Morrison Bridge. There's numerous bridges going from the east side to the west side. We went over the Burnside Bridge, and then we can also go down the Morrison Bridge, and then you can go across the Hawthorne Bridge, which is actually a pretty cool looking bridge, and then we can also go down the Powell Bridge, or actually technically it's called the Ross Island Bridge, but that turns into Powell. And yeah, let's actually make a left here on Belmont, and then the further you go to the east, it gets more neighborhoody. You know, right here we're seeing a lot of kind of taller buildings. It's not quite as dense as downtown, as you can see, but we're starting to see already these just really old houses. And streets like this, Belmont, like we're on, you know, they used to be these streetcar lines taking people from the east side to the west side into downtown in the early 1900s, late 1800s, when people didn't have cars. They would just take the streetcars back into their little neighborhoods. And as you can see now we're kind of getting into the neighborhoods. And this is still Buckman, and you know, let's head down. Let's just pick this street, for example. And then you're in this just quiet residential area. And there's like a little park. There's 200 parks, over 200 parks in Portland. But, you know, this is just an example of a quieter residential street. And this is, you know, we'll head a little bit farther to the east. You see, you've got all these beautiful houses. You know, this is like your quintessential East Side neighborhood now, where we're looking at houses and you got a park. This is actually a pretty cool park. And then here is 20th. Let's make a right here. And then we are coming up on Hawthorne. I think we're gonna finish this video off taking a drive through Ladd's Addition, which is a pretty cool historic neighborhood. It's kind of confusing, but it's really cool. This is actually a really cool indoor skate park right here that we're next to. There's just so much character here in Portland. Lots of community. And yeah. So yeah, this is Hawthorne Boulevard right here. You go in either direction on Hawthorne and there is just so many different shops and bars. There's so much like character here on Hawthorne, and you know, I'm not going to drive the whole length of it, but maybe I'll do that in the next video. Maybe I'll just do a tour of Hawthorne and Belmont and Division in it, you know, in its entirety. So leave a comment if you've made it this far and you would watch another video like that, and I'll do that next week or whatever else you guys want me to do. I'm an open book. I didn't really plan this out. This is, like I said, an experiment to see if anyone would even watch this type of video. It might be too boring for you guys, which is fine. I just won't do it if you don't like it, but you know, let me know. We are pretty much right here. So Ladd's Addition is like this weird square shaped neighborhood, and it's pretty cool. There's a lot of historic homes in it. This light is taking forever. I know, I'm sorry, but that's just part of this video. We're sitting at red lights together, chilling. I know someone before wanted me to, you know, maybe hop out and take tours and stop at different spots. So that's a great idea too, to make this maybe a little bit less boring. But yeah, it's a green light, buddy. I waited forever for it. Sorry, that was me being a little sassy to the pedestrians, but I did have the right of way. So now we're in Ladd's Addition. This is just a beautiful, you've got huge historic houses here. A lot of these houses are really big. And yeah, they're just stunning. So imagine this in the spring when all these leaves are coming to life and you've got just all the flowers in bloom and it smells nice and the air is getting warmer. So yeah, this is a pretty special neighborhood. So yeah, anyways, if you guys are still with me, thank you. If you're new to the channel and you've made it this far, that's amazing. And let's go down this way. This is also one of the most confusing neighborhoods to navigate. It's not a grid, it's just this like square neighborhood that has a lot of diagonal going streets and weird streets that don't really make any sense. So this looks like a school. I'm Gonna try and not show the school. But yeah, this is just, this is pretty much it. So yeah, what I was saying is if you are new to the channel and you've made it this far, you got to check out one of the other videos that I do with the 3 neighborhoods, and I will put a link right here on the screen for you to check that out. And yeah, please check that out and let me know what you think. And I'm gonna end this video now and go pick up my kids from school. So hope you like this. Check out this video that's on the screen. See you in the next one. Bye.